think the American car industry is actually quite impressive right now and extremely competitive. Cadillac, for example, with the CTS-V coupe and the CTS-V wagon, some of the best stuff out there. Ford is doing some great, not only cars, but frankly marketing and social media work. I think a lot of the vehicles that are out there today are in some ways more competitive and more attractive than some of the European offerings and Asian offerings. And I think they're putting out some great product. Although the product that they're putting out now, frankly, is not related to any of the loan that they did, because obviously that product innovation was in place. It takes 4 to 6 years for a vehicle to come to fruition. So that stuff was already in the pipelines. What's going to be interesting is to see what are they doing now that will eventually be offered in 3, 4, 5 years. That's what's really going to determine whether GM is back in a big way.
Who do you, in the industry right now, do you think's really hurting the brand with what they're offering?
With what they're offering, I don't expect the Suzuki or Mitsubishi are going to be around for that much longer. I don't understand why those brands are even around. I think they're actually wasting money by trying to stick around. They're just not competitive, and I don't see it lasting too long. I know that Saab is also on the way back. I just test drove the 9.5 sedan, which was quite impressive actually. But I think they're going to have an uphill struggle because the price point's quite high and the competition out there is just very, very stiff.
As a designer, what, just purely aesthetics, what's something right now that you think is just amazing?
I
Or
think,
is there anything out there?
well, I am, as I said earlier, I'm quite fond of the Cadillac CTS-V coupe and the wagon. I really like the new Kia body language. I love what Porsche is putting on the table right now. The new Cayenne is outstanding. I hated the first generation. The new one's beautiful. The new 911 is coming out next year.
What about their four-seater?
The Panamera, I kind of bashed it when it first came out, when I initially saw the concept and images and the initial offering. We actually flew to Germany and went to the factory and the museum a year or so ago and saw it in the flesh, and I can honestly tell you that I've changed my mind. That car is outstanding, and the way it drives is just beyond, it defies logic. For a car that heavy and that big, it just feels like a powerhouse. It's fantastic. It's so comfortable. Best interior in the business right now, which is pretty damn hard to do, especially when you're competing against Audi, because nobody beats Audi. Speaking of which, I just test drove the A7. Oh my god, that car is the top desire, at least for me right now. And I know that the S7 is coming out next year. That's going to be an outstanding vehicle. My only sadness with regard to that vehicle is that I don't believe it will be offered in a manual, which is actually one of the pluses on the Cadillac CTS-V and wagon, that they are available as a manual, which there aren't that many cars today that are available as a manual.
What do you think the reluctance is to bring manuals to the U.S. market? I mean, are they falling to any focus groups? Are they refusing to lead?
Well, part of it has to do with the CAFE standards. There was a time when a manual got better gas mileage than an automatic, but the technology has improved so much today that the automatics actually now get better gas mileage. And because CAFE standards have to be met by each manufacturer's fleet numbers, I think that they're going to that for higher CAFE standards. Secondly, I just think that a large portion of the community out there, consumers, believe that manuals are old. They're old school. They're like old technology. And third, I think just, frankly, they're lazy, and I don't mean lazy in the way like laziness. I mean, it's just, it's often a lot simpler to drive a automatic than a manual, especially in traffic and so forth. I personally don't mind it. I enjoy the feeling that you get when you drive a manual. You feel like you're driving the car instead of being taken for a ride. But I don't think most people believe that or feel that. I think manuals are more of an enthusiast type of person's attraction as opposed to a general public attraction. So maybe that's why, I don't know.